Hey everybody, it's JANG here with a look at a LEGO Marvel superhero set. This is the Hulkbuster Smash. Comes with 248 pieces. That includes 3 minifigures, 1 big fig, and of course the Hulkbuster exoskeleton armor unit itself. So let's look at that first, since it's the focus of this set. It is much thicker and beefier than most LEGO mechs. They've done a nice job to really get that strength, just displayed aesthetically. As soon as you see this thing, you can just see the power that it has. This thing, of course, was designed to fight the Hulk, but in this case, it's going to be actually used to help rescue him from a tough little predicament that he's gotten himself into. And like with all LEGO mechs, you do have a good amount of articulation with this thing, where you can raise and lower the arms. You've got ball joints here. You actually used some of the CCBS large action figure pieces out here. Same ones that are used for Bionicle and a whole bunch of other different themes. You do have a little bit of limitation to the movement, and you have to be a little bit careful with some of these angles, but with most of the useful angles, you can get the free motion, you can get the arms to straighten out. It's also got the fingers, which can be opened. It's got a thumb there. It only has 3 main fingers and then the thumb, but you've got all the indications of energy all around the place, including the core there. You've got some back here on the back, and also underneath the feet. They've included the transparent pieces down there. So that's so far so good. You've got the ability to shoot with this thing, so you can turn this out like so, and these are actually the stud shooters. They've done a great thing here, adding on the cylinder pieces on these. So rather than just being the normal studs like they've used with these pieces or with these assemblies before, you can shoot these off one by one, or you can do both of them at the same time just by pushing down from the top. These are nice and secure. They give you a total of 4 of these shots that you can fire off, so you can completely fire off one volley and then reload and fire off another before you have to go pick up those pieces. On the other side, you don't have that, you just have another regular arm. They're mostly symmetrical, just a little bit different because this one doesn't have the shooter on this side, but this thing looks pretty good. It's got a nice combination of parts from different themes. They've got some Technic parts used in there, some large action figure series parts used in there, and a whole lot of system, regular brick-based stuff in there. And you're able to get some kind of walking motion. See, that was really easy to get that to pose like that, and it's stable like this. That's really what I want to see out of a mech kind of build. For the play value. Of course, older kids and adults who are collectors and just want to display things like this will figure out ways to make it just work, but kids want to be able to just kind of move stuff around and then have it just stand up. So he's kind of angled over to the side right now. You can kind of angle him back over to the other side and just get different poses without having to do any fussing with the thing. Now, you can open this up. This is really cool back here. Look at this. They've included these arm pieces, little skeleton arm pieces, what they used to be, and they're in a transparent light blue now. It's actually kind of translucent, kind of frosted. This opens up, of course, and you can put Stark down in there. Of course, we'll look at him more closely later on, but this all also folds forward. He's able to stand right there, and then you close this up. It's just got a couple of studs on the sides that will hold that very securely in place. If you want to, you can also bring up his face mask just so you can just kind of see him there. But when you close this down, it's all going to close over that, and it keeps him in there nice and securely. You only can kind of see the figure a little bit from the side if you pick up the arm like that, so it's well covered. This is just nicely done. This is a good mech, and I think it's a good representation of the Hulkbuster armor itself. Switching over to the figures here, on the left is the Mark 43 Iron Man armor, and then in the center is Ultron Prime, and on the right is Scarlet Witch with some of her power that's just kind of emanating from her hands as she concentrates forward. Tons and tons of printing on all of these figures. Of course, you've got the ability to open up Iron Man's face, as we saw just a moment ago. You can expose one of the faces of Tony Stark there. There's also another one that we'll look at. Look at just how much printing goes all the way through Ultron Prime there. It's pretty impressive. He's got a special piece underneath the regular shaped minifig headpiece there. And taking a look at these from the back, you can see how the print work just continues on very impressively. And you can see the alternate faces for Scarlet Witch, where she's really concentrating, and also Tony Stark when he is very mad. Here's the latest Hulk big figure with the olive green skin that looks a little bit more serious than the older green color that they used. It's got a separate molded piece here for the hair piece, but that's actually attached to the whole thing. As far as articulation is concerned, just standard big fig stuff here with the ability to move the arms up and down, and you can also rotate the wrists around to get some different grabbing motions there. You can also grab onto a figure using that extra large section there, so you can grab a figure by its legs and kind of dangle in there. And you see the rest of the sculpt. This is actually a pretty good sculpt. I'm not a big fan of big figs myself at all, just in general. I don't like how limited they are and how they can move. But as big figs go, and for what it's trying to represent, I think that this looks pretty good. Now there's some interplay between the characters in this set with the help of this little assembly right here. It's a Stark Industries, some kind of dock or stasis field generator. I don't know the story here. Obviously this video is coming out before the Age of Ultron movie itself, and I'm not a fan of the superheroes series in general, so I haven't followed any of the comic versions or anything, so I don't know what exactly this is, but you can see from the comic that's actually included with this set that it's trapping the Hulk. So that's the whole premise of this set, is that you're trying to set the Hulk free. And Scarlet Witch is using one of her hexes to kind of keep that field active, and you can see that she is on this clear rod back here that is just causing her to hover in the air. I've switched her face around, and the idea is you're supposed to try to disrupt her. So one of the things that you can do to disrupt her, to try to let the Hulk get free, is you can take Stark out as Iron Man, put him on this super jumper piece, new for the 2015 series. A lot of folks have had trouble with these, where they really catch on to the legs of figures that don't have the extra little cylinders beneath, and will cause them to break if you're not careful. I have not had that trouble myself yet, but a bunch of folks have had that trouble. So if you do get one of these, do be careful if you're trying to put a minifigure directly on it. But the general idea here is you put your figure on it, and you're going to push down back here, and he's going to jump. You're going to try to knock Scarlet Witch out of the way. Let me see how many tries it takes me to do this. Well, that was weak. Wow. Let's try that a little bit better this time. Yeah, see, that kind of did the trick. And then once she is knocked out of the way, then Hulk is like, oh man, I gotta get out of here. This is my chance. So he just busts open the sides of these, and then he can just jump on out and go Hulk smashing away. So for the Marvel superheroes fans out there, I feel like this is a really solid set. I mean, just the mech itself is good, but the inclusion of the other figures to go with it, I feel only adds and doesn't detract. Also, it's not a huge set, so if you just want to get some of those other figures, it doesn't feel like they're just robbing you of tons of money just so that you can get the figures that you want. I feel like you just get a good value here overall. There's good playability for the kids. There's good building for everyone. There's good collectability to the figures. It really feels to me like this is exactly how Lego and the superheroes universes should come together. I feel like this is just an ideal expression of that coordination between two completely different things, and it just works out really well. So that's it for my look at this set. Thank you for watching this video. If you have any comments about the set that you would like to share with myself and the rest of the viewers, please do down in the comment section, and be sure to stick around for more of my videos, because more are on the way very soon. Catch you later.